Hey, Chris, question.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite Star Wars character?
Yes.
Who?
Taika Waititi.
Oh. Well, let me tell you something. My favorite has to be Boba Fett.
Uh-huh. Bubble tea?
Bubble Tea. Because of how much of a legend he is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude is so cool. Like, all the amazing things he's done. Like,
Getting eaten by a sand thing.
yeah, getting accidentally killed by a blind guy.
And then...
No,
he's really not...
maybe we should just record the...
Yeah. That's,
Dexter Jettster's pretty cool.
I'm a personal fan of,
Kenobi!
I'm actually a pretty good
What do you
fan
know?
of, Ankle, Niece, No Teeth.
Oh. And hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of What If? The show where we talk about canceled comic book and nerdy-related movies, TV shows, and video games. I'm your host, Joseph Gallion, and joining me this month is Chris Crotty.
Hey, what's popping?
What's poppin'?
We in the studio, baby!
In the studio!
We're filming this back-to-back with the LCC.
Yes, and my favorite my favorite thing right now is Anthony. If he joins us for HPE, we're gonna be yelling when we're in the studio, and he's gonna be like, "I'm never doing this again."
Yeah. Well, you know why we're gonna be doing that?
No judging.
Because we're in the studio.
baby.
Okay.
So this month we are about a month away from the new Star Wars video game being released. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Starring Cameron Monaghan.
Starring Jerome from
Jeremiah.
Gotham. He was both.
He was better as Jerome.
Yeah, he
he
was.
was.
Because Jeremiah was stupid.
Yeah.
A lot of Gotham was stupid. That's why I didn't watch it after the halfway point of season 1.
Hey, Joe, what's the title of this podcast?
What if?
Yeah, what if you got back on topic?
Hey, what if I kicked you off my podcast?
That's fine. Oh, I'm going the way of the Chase.
Yeah, see, that's the hidden lore. I booted Chase out, like, freaking.
Dang, I got into the series late.
Surprise.
I'm on like season 15 now.
That's what it's going to be revealed in season 27.
Oh, jeez.
We're going to go longer than The Simpsons.
Oh, jeez, Rick.
Oh, geez, Seth's watching this podcast. How you doing, Seth?
Because we're in the studio, baby.
Because we're in the studio.
All right.
What? No, we're not live.
What is it for? The school?
That's my podcast.
Oh, you do one every day or every week?
Every week.
Like Joe Rogan, huh?
Yeah, sure, we'll go with Joe
Can we
Rogan.
leave this in, please?
I don't know if he can be picked up, but yeah,
No,
I'm
I heard
totally
him.
I'm leaving this in.
Yeah.
We're leaving this
We're
in.
like Joe Rogan, except...
Welcome to the podcast, Seth.
Wait.
Yeah, what's popping?
Oh my lord. Okay, so yeah, since Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is coming soon, next month apparently we're getting a new trailer in like a few days. Heck yeah. Which is really weird that we haven't gotten any more for it until now.
I kind of forgot the game existed.
Same. Slightly concerning, but we, hope. I remain hopeful.
It looks like The Force Awakens.
What?
Force
You mean
Unleashed.
Force Unleashed? Yep. You're not smart.
I mean, it's kind of the same thing because it just looks like a reskin of another property.
Oh?
Stop. Why?
He went there.
Yeah. So did they twice.
So we're going to talk about Star Wars 13, a canceled
13.
Star Wars. Shut up. We're going to talk about Star Wars 1313, a canceled Star Wars game. I remember when this was first announced.
I do too. I remember I used to have the subscription to Game Informer.
Same.
Yeah.
Actually.
I have like a pile of them.
I had one of my cousins used to live with us for a little bit, like for like half a year, and he had Game Informer, so it was coming in, every time, every like time a new issue was coming out, and it didn't, expire until a while, and I just never got it. But like,
Yeah.
it was the first time I found out about Lego Batman and Lego Indiana Jones coming out. So
Yeah.
like, I was like, hey,
I
this is
remember
great.
having a pretty hefty stack of Game Informers.
Heck yeah, dog.
Yeah.
Well, the way I found out wasn't even Game Informer. I found out through the Star Wars website because I was that kid.
I went to that website
Yep.
too. I played the Ewok Village game.
Yes.
That game was popping.
Yes.
That's the game that they should make into a mobile
Dude,
game.
there were so many great Flash games that
They had really great games. You know what games they don't have?
Star Wars
1313.
13. So yeah, good. That was a good way of getting back
Yeah.
on track. I look at you being all mature
It's
and
great
crap.
when you acknowledge the segue.
The seg way.
Paul
So
Blart.
Mall Cop. Okay, I was waiting on you to finish that, but it's okay.
Hot
Darn.
topic.
Okay. Is that Mackenzie back again?
No.
Yes.
He's
We're resurrecting Mackenzie.
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay. Let's talk about why people are watching this video to begin with. So, Star Wars 1313 was a game that was being developed by LucasArts and obviously to be published by LucasArts. Basically, kind of looked like Star Wars GTA.
Which sounds amazing.
Yeah, it
Like,
does.
who doesn't want to ride a do-back? What's poppin', you guys?
What's poppin'? Well, you wouldn't be riding a do-bag.
Yeah, but
Because you're on level 1313 of Coruscant.
Fine,
So
but
it was
still.
being developed for PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One.
All
so
of it.
1313 was except for Nintendo.
Nintendo
Yeet.
doesn't get any good stuff anyway.
Except
And
for
the stuff that they
now.
make for themselves.
and it's usually Heat.
Oh, you talking about Fortnite?
Yes. No, okay. So Star Wars 1313
Yeah.
was a video game in development by LucasArts. It was going to follow the bounty hunter Boba Fett navigating level 1313, a subterranean metropolis within the planet of Coruscant.
You know what that sounds like?
So, yeah.
Dread.
Yes.
Could you imagine that?
Yes.
If it was
I want a
like
Dread video game done by Naughty Dog.
that would be dope.
Yes,
oh,
it
bro.
would.
Hold on. What if
I-
we got a Dread game?
Yeah, let's talk about that. New episode of What If right
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Where we're just pitching it. It's
No,
not even an actual
You
thing.
could totally have just. They could have just taken 1313, sold what assets
Yep.
they had, reskin
Yep.
it to be Judge Dredd.
Yep.
There you go.
It would have been amazing too.
Yeah.
But like so 1313 is this level on Coruscant because the way that it works, it's the giant metropolis planet.
Yeah. Superman.
So I got it. So the way that there's like different levels to it, and usually the lower you get is like the more crime infested. Apparently 1313 is one of the most notorious ones for being really crime.
Isn't that where Jar Jar's a
heavy.
clown at now?
Probably.
Isn't he
I
like-
forgot about that in a book. What was that, like Aftermath or whatever?
I don't remember.
One of
I
the
just know that
Aftermaths.
Jar Jar's a clown on the streets.
Yep, and he's a sad clown.
Joaquin Phoenix's Joker is based on Jar Jar.
Yo, can we get Joaquin Phoenix to play Jar Jar in a
What's stopping
Star
you from
Wars
doing it now?
story?
Jar Jar, a Star Wars story.
Yes, I would pay money. Why not? Yikes. So the gameplay. We're on the Wikipedia, by the way, the Star Wars 1313 Wikipedia, if you want to follow along. So the player would have taken the role of an unidentified bounty hunter, later revealed to be Boba Fett, who navigates Coruscant's underworld metropolis of level 1313. Various exotic weapons would have been utilized as the player uncovered a criminal conspiracy. Exotic weapons.
That's
Which I imagine would be like, you see, you get to use a stormtrooper's blaster,
Yeah.
or you can use one of those like taser guns that the
you can use the assassin
not
worm.
Ewoks, Jawas. There it is.
You can use the assassin worm.
Oh, the assassin worm. You probably could.
You know what? What if it was like?
I've been a met.
Go ahead and keep
yes.
reading because I'm picturing like Hitman.
We're getting to development now.
Yeah, let's hear it.
So let's talk a little bit about the development. So 1313 is also going for a mature rating. Great news for anyone who believes Star Wars' more child-centric offerings have been its most disappointing. Anyway,
I mean, most
for LucasArts,
most angsty thing was Force Unleashed. It's rated T.
yeah. I mean, unless you count like stuff like Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy, where you can
Yeah.
lob off people's arms.
Nah, that's fine. You can do that-
Knight,
you can do that in
Jedi
Force
Academy
Unleashed.
is my favorite Star Wars
You
game.
can do that in Force Unleashed. You
True.
cut
And in
off
Lego
people's
Star
arms.
Wars.
Yeah.
How dare you say that Lego Star Wars was one of its most disappointing? It's one of the most child-friendly things ever, and it's incredible. So shut your face.
It was also extremely gory. You lop off people's arms. You hit them
You
once,
could
they
pull
fall
off-
apart.
Dude, you could pull off people's arms as Chewbacca.
I remember. You could
It's
punt
incredible.
Ewoks in Force Unleashed.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yikes.
Wait, that's Jawas. You could punt Jawas too, I think.
Punt Jawas?
You could punt Ewoks. Why couldn't you punt a Jawa?
Throw
They're
a
about the
field
same
goal, dog.
size.
Okay.
It's
So,
good.
goal!
Utini!
Okay. It means adult themes and stories. Another reason for growing anticipation.
Yeah.
So it would have been pursuing a more closer to M, maybe a hard T rated game, which is an interesting an interesting angle for Star Wars because I haven't ever seen an M rated Star Wars game.
Yeah.
Do they even exist?
I don't think so. The closest they get to that is probably like Battlefront and the online interactions not being rated by
Well,
ESRB.
I mean, I don't need to hear what all the people online are going to tell me about my mom. They're just mean.
No, they're just very genuinely concerned and interested.
Yeah, they just want to know how my mom's doing.
Yeah, you're doing.
I'm like, they're doing great, man.
She's doing
I
great.
appreciate you asking.
She brings us sandwiches.
Star Wars 1313 had its formal reveal at the Electronic Entertainment Expo E3 in June 2012.
Oh, dude,
I
that
was
was
13.
I was 12.
I was
or
13
11.
for 1313.
Wait, June?
Oh!
You said June of 2012?
June 2012.
Oh, I was 11.
Yikes.
Yeah.
You're a youngin'.
Yeah.
The game was being developed by various departments of Lucasfilm, Industrial Light and Magic, Lucasfilm Animation, and Skywalker Sound. It was built in the Unreal Engine and was slated to feature full body performance capture, which basically every single game has now.
Yeah. It's like standard.
I mean, it is, but during that time, that was
During that
whenever it was first starting.
Yeah, it was getting. Yeah, that's true.
Mostly full body stuff like that was only used for cutscenes, but
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like actual like
Mhm.
walk cycles and stuff like that. Yeah, that's that's spicy.
that's standard now, but like back then it wasn't.
back then. It was just like, why would you put that much work in it? Because this is at the time the Xbox One wouldn't release for another 2-3 years.
Close to.
Comes out Xbox
Hey
One.
Siri,
Xbox One came out in 2014.
when did the Xbox One come out?
2014.
To allow web search
All right, and you're useless.
It came out in 2014.
I will take your word for it.
I know for
If
a
he's
fact
wrong, tell us in the comments.
it came out. It was either late 2013, early 2014.
It sounds like about that time because
Because
like,
Ghost was on.
yeah,
Call of Duty Ghost was on Xbox One, and also Advanced Warfare.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm a nerd.
welcome to the club. So the game appeared to emphasize fast-paced combat centered around human skills and physical weapons instead of force powers. So interesting. Give it. I don't want to always play as a Jedi. I think that would be interesting to play as a smuggler or bounty hunter. That'd be way more. I want to do that.
Yeah.
That'd be please.
The closest we ever get is Battlefront, really,
Yeah.
and that's sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. E.
EA Sports. E. Anyway. A Sports.
Egad.
So, all right. The game was also planned to feature a combination of cover-based combat, platform gameplay, and playable cinematic gameplay. So, QuickTime events probably not.
Playable cinematic gameplay.
Yeah.
Could that be something similar
Quick
like
time
the
events?
cinematic mode in
Maybe.
Red Dead?
Maybe. It's
I don't
also
know.
in GTA.
That could be interesting.
It was originally conceived as a direct tie-in to Star Wars Underworld. Interesting. The game was first hinted at on the website Game Trailers TV on March 31st, 2012, and a landing page message that has since been taken down. Before its removal, the message stated that Star Wars 1313 would be announced at the 2012 Electronic E3.
Yeah.
Star Wars 13, it was revealed at E3. In Gamescom 2012, gameplay trailer was released showing new footage of the game.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, did you ever see the gameplay trailer?
I did.
It looked incredible.
It looked really good.
And I'm mad that it doesn't exist.
Well, it exists somewhere in the ether. There is somewhere.
Maybe.
If they
Do you
had,
think that it's
if there was a
somewhere on
trailer-
like a hard drive somewhere?
Bob Iger's sitting there playing it, and he's just smug. No one else can play it.
He's like, I cannot wait to release this.
Never. I can't
As
wait
a Jar
to
Jar
release
game.
This. I can't wait to reskin. He's building his mod pack That way, once he releases the game,
It's
he'll
a
be
mod
the best
pack,
at it.
but it's based off of a solo story.
That would be, huh?
They could totally do something like this if they
released
making. Stop letting EA make the games.
No, hold
EA
on,
is
hold on.
trash.
I had a big brain moment.
Oh, big brain.
Imagine
Big brain.
it's kind of like the bounty system in Red Dead.
Oh.
Where if you're a bounty hunter and you collect your money, you are now, you've killed someone, so now your actions would lead to you having a bounty. So online interactions would be a lot more interesting because you'd be a bounty hunter.
Do you think they would have had online interactions for this? Because
In
seems
2012,
like more like a single player thing.
It seems like more of a single player thing, but I feel like Red Dead was a very single player. Like when
so
Red
was GTA.
Yeah, you didn't
yeah,
have
so
online
it was-
GTA until like Grand Theft Auto 5, I think. That was 2013.
No, GTA 4 had online.
Maybe I don't remember.
No, it did.
Did it?
Yeah.
I never
remember
played
watching-
GTA 4 other
I
than
didn't
on my
either. I
Xbox
just watched a bunch
360.
of YouTube
I
videos
never
where people were
yeah.
goofing around in GTA
I don't know.
Online.
I don't know. But GTA 5 was the big one. But like Red Dead Online was, very like it was the turning point for like online interactions and
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
like that because you had to really like form a group.
Mm-hmm.
In this, you could have, I wouldn't say like guilds, but like, how you have like your
Well,
Mandalorians,
I
you have
think
your...
It totally could have been more like a GTA Online type
Yeah,
experience.
but a little less-
probably more like
little bit
the
more structured,
2008.
A little, I'd say
before
a little
before
less
GTA
maniac.
Online
Little
came
less-
out, like
yeah.
you would like how you could play GTA 4 online with other people, and mostly it was just blowing each other up
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
But if you had something like Red Dead 2 has where, people can come after you because you got a bounty
Yeah.
or something like
I
that.
feel
Make
like you
a
could
actual
get
like
stuff
honor
like
system
that.
or something like that
Yes.
for this game, and that would have been amazing. But
would've
that's
been
all just
incredible.
theory. Because we'll never know.
Yeah, for real.
It sucks.
So according to interviews done in connection with Jason Scheer's book Blood, Sweat, and Pixels, the game was first conceived in 2009. The LucasArts staff was inspired by Grand Theft Auto.
Of course they were.
Chris is vaping. Yeah, I gotta point it out every time.
Thanks, appreciate it.
But that idea was quickly dropped due to its complexity. Another idea touted was to use a system similar to Gears of War. The game's background evolved throughout the year under the direction of company president Paul Megan, and the title was settled on based on English is weird there. And the title was settled on based on Coruscant's underground levels, or as George Lucas, the guy who named the thing Coruscant, sometimes calls it Coruscant.
Yeah.
All right, George. The design would make use of the Unreal Engine as the game was in development. Star Wars creator George Lucas suggested that it tie into the Star Wars Underworld live-action TV series that was in development at the time. Which,
Mandalorian?
I mean, basically,
Yeah.
it got canceled.
Of course it did.
And maybe we'll talk
I
about
don't-
that on What
I
If
don't
whenever
think
Mandalorian comes out.
I don't think
There
Star
it is.
Wars... Yeah,
November.
there we go. Look out for that, baby.
I guarantee you November's probably going to be Star Wars Underground, and then December's going to be George Lucas's Star Wars Episode 7.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah,
we just got to figure out what we're doing next month.
being lazy.
Nothing.
Yeah.
So the LucasArts staff decided to reveal the game at E3 2012 during the pre-production period. By that time, they had several drafts of the story done and levels mapped out, and had hired Winston Bethel to play the protagonist. The 2 months before the convention, George Lucas mandated that the game star a young Boba Fett. Yeah, it seems like a George Lucas.
That
thing.
sounds like... Boba Fett's a funnier character we've ever had before.
Oh, Boba Fett, if we could have Boba Fett and play as Boba Fett in like a Boba Fett game.
Wait, is this taking place on Coruscant? Wait a minute.
Takes
This
place in
would be
Coruscant.
after the Empire, so...
Yeah, no, it'd be before.
No?
It's
No.
in between 3 and 4. Yeah. It was set like
Yeah.
10 years before episode
Wait,
one-
then why is it
episode
like
4.
full on grown then? Or no, he'd be a younger Boba Fett. You're right. I'm
It'd
stupid.
be like 10 years
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
Which would
Like a
be
20-year-old
which
Boba
would be
Fett.
like 13 to 15 years before Empire.
Like a 20-year-old Boba Fett, maybe. 2030. Yeah.
Yeah.
25.
Early 20s Boba.
Yeah.
Which would be
Young Boba.
Yeah.
That's a rapper.
Which about 10 years later would be like early 30s, which would be what Harrison Ford was during the first one. So, yeah, it works.
When he knocked him.
No, before he knocked him.
Oh,
Before I was talking about episode 4. Keep up, Chris.
clapped.
Get wrecked.
Get clapped.
Okay. So after a successful showing at E3, the studio continued production during the next few months. Then in September of that year, President Meekin quit, and the company was put on a hiring freeze. Then shortly afterwards, Lucas announced the sale of the company to Disney. The staff continued to work on it, including producing demos to show the game to the new shareholders and later EA, Electronic Arts.
Of course.
This lasted until the eventual reorganization of LucasArts. After a period of developmental limbo following the Walt Disney Company's acquisition of the Star Wars franchise, production on Star Wars 1313 was terminated when Disney closed down LucasArts and laid off its staff on April 3rd, 2013. Can I get a rip in chat?
Disney, the
Dang.
land of magic and imagination.
And
More Star Wars.
layoffs.
The land of layoffs. That's like Banksy's
That's what
Dismal
they
Land.
I mean, they did that with like what was it? Studio, the one that they
Studio
had.
54?
Studio 54 was it?
Was
that?
it the big parties and stuff?
No, I'm talking about the studio that they had like originally making like Toy Story 2 and stuff like that. The one that were making like
It wasn't
cheaper
Pixar,
version.
but it
I don't
was-
think they ever made a sequel.
Blue Sky? No.
No.
I
Blue
don't
Sky
know.
was like robots.
Yeah. I don't
That's
know.
owned by DreamWorks, I think.
I don't know.
Anyway. So on January
54 is
18th,
like
2014, a report
80s
emerged
parties.
indicating that Disney had abandoned the trademark for 1313. In December 2015, Kathleen Kennedy told Slash Film that Lucasfilm had been looking at the material for both 1313 and Underworld, and that those projects may still be developed. That was 3
I
years
love
ago.
the way you lie.
4 years ago.
She lies. She tells big lies.
Well, I mean,
tell me
may
lies. Tell me
have
sweet
little
little lies.
Okay. I think that could still happen, especially if Mandalorian does really well. I don't think it'll be exactly
It won't
the same.
be the same. It won't be the same.
It might be better
They going to Disney.
with all the new.
It won't be rated M, that's for sure.
Oh no! No! But
You
it
won't
doesn't
get
have to
shot.
be
You're gonna
rated
get. You're gonna get.
You're gonna
tickled.
get tickled. I like how I knew exactly
Yeah,
where you were gonna
yeah.
go with that.
Disney.
Jesse Harlan, former composer at LucasArts, revealed on his personal Twitter on April 18th, 2017, one of the background characters that was in development for the game while responding to a piece of fan art depicting the protocol droid wearing clothes, saying, At LucasArts, working on Star Wars 1313, I was writing hip-hop for a malfunctioning protocol droid named ADHD. ADHD.
That can't be real. That can't be real.
He probably looked like this.
Like the number.
The character's name comes from the name of a fictional rap artist that first appeared in LucasArts' 2006 theme park simulator game, Thrillville. ADHD. I see what you did there. ADHD.
Like what Disney has, because they can't go through with the game.
They made 2 Battlefront games.
No. EA made those.
Oh. Well, I mean, they've...
EA made those bad.
I'm going to re-download Battlefront 2 because it's rebounded super hard.
Yeah.
Do you have Battlefront 2?
No.
Get it.
I should. I have it on the, what was it, PlayStation 2?
I was talking about the new one.
Oh, the bad one.
Well, it's not bad anymore. They fixed it. They took out loot boxes.
Okay, maybe I'll get it.
They need to fix. The
Maybe
only
I'll
thing
get
that
it.
they need
Maybe
to
I'll
fix for
get
that game really badly is the matchmaking.
Yeah.
Because you can't just go into games
Joe.
and there's no like matchmaking. You just get in games. Is there slobbering?
I don't know what just happened.
I think it was from whenever I
You
drank
were
a little
drooling
bit, it
over
just ran
the
down my
over the
chin.
idea of Star Wars 1313.
I like Star Wars 1313.
Okay, stop. This is the downside of
uncomfortable.
recording in the studio. You can
You can just watch me drool.
that and you can just decide to mouth all over your microphone.
Mouth on my microphone.
Stop it.
That's a weird way of saying it.
That's the way you're doing
so
it.
reception, although the game is unproduced, Geek.com named 1313 as the game of the year for 2016. What?
Hey, you know what? You know what? That's pretty nice. That's pretty good.
Somebody wanna? You guys wanna like clip that so you can use it in
wanna
different
know.
things? What? There you go.
I know. If who are these podcasts ever finds us?
Yeah, no one that listens to it except for Chris's alternate accounts and Lily. Hi, Lily.
Contact who are these podcasts.
I don't even know if she'll listen to this one because I don't think she's much of a.
It doesn't matter.
she's
It's
not a
all
video
about
game
us
person.
and our comedy. Who cares about Star Wars?
Who cares about Star Wars? Certainly not the billions of people that watch it. So that's about it for the news on it. So we can kind of get into the usual. Chris, you want to explain how we usually do this?
Yeah, so we find ourselves in this dystopian movie theater that just happens to be at our disposal
A word.
at the ending of every podcast.
A word.
Yeah,
A word.
word.
Word!
And I guess in this case, we're getting a controller handed to us by the goblins that are running this theater. The absolute cretins are running this theater hand us
PS4 or Xbox One.
No, it's on Xbox One.
PC.
Okay, fine. We're getting a mouse or a keyboard, depending on.
Master Race.
You know what? We're getting whatever we need
I
to
don't
play
have a
this
PC,
game.
and I said PC Master
I
Race.
hate you.
I
Let
hate
me
me too.
stop.
No.
Get some help.
Okay.
Anyway, we in a world where this game was released, based off the fact that we have, would we want to play it? Personally, I'm gonna play this till the disc burns.
Yeah, because it sounds great. Now, obviously, there's a small chance that it could have been bad.
Well, yeah,
But the thing is it doesn't sound bad. And usually we kind of go off of the idea that it would have been kind of what they were.
oof. That was the
playing
gremlin.
with your
That was the gremlin.
Oh, the gremlin. I thought it was a
gremlin.
goblin.
No, that's gremlins and goblins, bro.
Goblins, gremlins,
Cretins.
ghouls. That's a good band name. Goblins, gremlins, and ghouls.
Goblins, gremlins, and George
We'll call it
Lucas.
Triple G. Goblins, gremlins, and George. It's a funnier band than we've ever had before. We play a lot of ska.
You know, those goblins aren't really that bad.
They're scoblins.
They're not really that bad.
We play ska because they're scoblins.
Anyway, I
I
think
had to
I'd-
repeat the joke because you didn't catch it
yeah,
the first time.
I caught it. I caught it.
I just didn't laugh because it wasn't funny.
Yeah, but anyway,
Yeah.
I think I'd play this game. I probably
Same.
would.
Honestly,
I'm
it would have
just
been good because usually,
sucker.
usually it's like, oh, if it's bad, no, I wouldn't want to play the game.
Yeah, but it's
Unless
not everything
it's, like,
we've heard.
really bad to the point where it's
Look,
like Superman 64, where you got to
this
play it at
is-
least once.
This is one of those strange cases where it's a what if, but we actually have something tangible, other than like a script in our interpretation of it, because this is a game. I'm sorry if I'm boring you.
You are.
Anyway, like most what ifs, or unlike most what ifs,
I love you.
this one we have something we can actually watch, the trailer.
Yeah.
And the trailer looked really
Which,
good, especially for
I'll
a game.
probably link in whenever this is uploaded
Yeah.
to YouTube or even on Soundcloud and all those
Go
places.
ahead and plug everything.
Speaking of plugs.
Stop. Why
No, I agree. I think.
don't you plug a fork in a socket?
Oh,
Sorry.
that was good. That was a good
Yeah.
comeback. No, but I really do think that this could have been something really special.
Yeah.
And I feel like, we might get something like it with Jedi Fallen Order.
Maybe.
Hopefully.
I'm holding out on that one. I'm gonna wait until
nervous. I'm nervous about it.
because watching it didn't impress me. The
It
graphics
looks-
are beautiful.
It looked fun.
It looks great.
And it's
but
by the
it
guys who
looks
did
too-
Titanfall, which
but
is
it
super
looks
fun.
too much like The Force Unleashed for me. The
Are
combat.
you not a Force Unleashed person?
No, I love The Force Unleashed. It's
Well-
just I want something different. Okay, I'm just saying. Look, I like
Right.
The Force Unleashed because I like the storyline of it, and I like the combat. That's really good combat for a game that was released in 2012.
Yeah, you got a point.
Yeah, but I need something more.
What are you
These
talking about? The
consoles,
second one's amazing.
the consoles that we have today are powerful enough to do something else other than just your graphic stuff. I need faster gameplay. The gameplay looked like crappy Melee to me.
No, of course it could just be
But-
because it was the demo and all that stuff. But
Yeah, but
I am
they.
slightly
But
nervous
if that's
about it
what you're
because,
showing,
dude, it's
you want
it's
to
coming out in
you're showing
3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, but when you're doing something like that, you
And we
show the
haven't
best
seen
of your
anything.
game, and the best
Yeah.
of their game was you hit Spider.
You hit Spider.
You hit Spider.
The trailer looked great. I am nervous. I'm
Yeah,
nervous about
That's
it.
the easiest thing. That's
I
the
hope it's
best
not
thing
rushed.
to say.
And if it is rushed, obviously they'll probably go back and patch it and fix it and everything. But I want a game. When I buy a game, I want a game.
Look.
I don't want a sandbox. This is the beginning of what we're going to do, like Fallout 76.
Let me explain something, Joe.
Oh, please explain it.
If
Money?
if you've got a trash bag, right?
I've got a trash
If
bag.
you've got a trash bag, it's full of trash.
So many trash bags.
And you try to pick it up, and part of
Trash.
it rips. If you patch that trash bag, it's still trash.
Battlefront 2 isn't trash anymore. It's a polished turd. Hey.
Myth busted.
Got him.
Yeah.
No, it's all right.
Yeah.
The Ewok game was really fun.
Yeah.
They have a...
Ewok Village was banging.
Wait, do you know the new Ewok Battlefront 2 game?
Oh no,
That's
I'm
on
talking about Ewok Village from the Star Wars website.
No, okay.
That
no,
game was awesome.
Dude, they basically did, the Call of Duty zombies, or not
Yeah.
zombies, but Infected.
Yeah,
Where you would infect each other.
yeah.
They did that, but with the Ewoks. You played as stormtroopers, and
You
the
could turn
Ewoks.
into Ewoks?
Yes. It was so fun.
That sounds
I
great.
played it with some of my other friends that have the game. It was so solid, and I think they made it an official part of the game.
It better be.
It
That sounds amazing.
Because it was so good. I'm probably going to go home and delete some games. And then
The
play
Ewok
it.
walks up, stabs his stormtrooper, whispers in his ear, "Nub nub."
Ewok, the nub nub.
Yep.
Bup, 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 what's up, bup?
Okay.
Bup,
Joe, we got to start wrapping this up, buddy.
Yum, nub.
Joe. We don't have Joe. We don't have time for this. We need to wrap this up, Joe. Joe, we need to wrap this up. Joe. Joe, we have 3 minutes to wrap this up.
Guys, thank you so much for listening. If you want to follow the show at Heroic Power ENT on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I've been using that Twitter a lot more recently, especially for more comic book related things, and then I just use mine for personal, whatever. Usually I just tweet about, hey, things are going on, and also Jesus. Because you follow me. You're probably the only one who ever likes my tweets.
Yeah.
But guys, if you want to follow me personally, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. Watch my story. I am Captain JSSG. And Chris, you can follow Chris
On Twitter at variety_moolah, and on Instagram at moolah_Lindsay.
Lit. Guys, thank you so much for listening. You can find the podcast on iTunes, YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, TuneIn, and now iHeartRadio.
I
which
do
is
love the
super
radio.
Cool. Super cool.
I
I
do.
do heart radio.
We do.
I don't
heart
really
the
listen
radio.
to it. I listen to my Spotify playlist that has
But I heart
now
radio.
15 hours worth of songs.
Yeah.
I've got
that's nice.
problems.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of problems.
All right.
Guys, thank you for watching.
Send help.
I'm having a mental breakdown. Bye.
Bye.